September 2017. This one app takes over the whole internet by storm, and it completely revolutionizes the way we consume and create content. But before this app came in, though, we didn't really have any type of content. It could have been anything, from a YouTube video to a movie, from a TV show to a podcast. But this app introduced us to a whole new genre, a whole new type of content. This new type of content was called short form content. And this app that I've been talking about is none other than TikTok. My name is Srinivas, and I have a couple of thoughts on short form content. So, this new type of content was actually created to solve two major problems. Number one, to make up for lack of content for people who just wanted to watch something on the go, who just wanted something to watch during their breaks, or something to just get their minds off their work. And number two was to create a platform for people who just wanted to share bits of information. So let's say I had some information about this new app called Microsoft Phone Link. This app is available on Windows, Mac OS, Android, and iOS. So if you log in with the same Microsoft account across all these devices, you can basically copy your computer's clipboard to your phone without having to send any links to any of your phone apps or any emails to yourself. You just hit Control-C and it automatically gets copied to your phone. Now, to share this information, it did not take me minutes. It did not take me a whole YouTube video. It just took me a couple of seconds. Now, you could ask, I could have just made a YouTube video which was just a couple of seconds long. But there's a concept in YouTube called watch time, which basically means the number of minutes or hours your audience has watched your video. And typically for short videos like the one we just had, the YouTuber usually gets less watch time, which means it could affect his revenue on that particular video. So people usually do not post short videos which are smaller than, say, 3 minutes. This new type of content was supposed to solve these two problems, and it really solved the first one. It solved it completely. But it also caused major issues. It's still causing major issues. And one of those major issues is distraction. Distraction in a way that you completely forget whatever you were doing and just lose yourself in the content. So let's say I had a break of 30 minutes and I had to visit the library to get some books. I start my break by opening Instagram, and I promise myself I'm just going to watch 10 minutes of Instagram Reels. I start scrolling, I keep on scrolling, and I realize I have spent 25 minutes, 15 minutes over my promise. And I suddenly remember that I was supposed to be going to the library to collect some books. So I have no time now, and I have to skip it. This is just an example. Just imagine you have an exam tomorrow and you have a lot of things to recap on, but you just scroll Instagram. You have 6 hours left and you scroll 3 hours of Instagram. Just imagine what is going to happen. This is exactly what's happening, to be honest. If you just take a look into the lives of a couple of students, you're actually going to find this exact example. I can't say it's mine, but I have some of my friends who spend a lot of time in Instagram Reels, so much so that they completely forget about their assignments, their homework, their exams, and all of that stuff just because they were too busy. This is not fine. And even if we do consider this is okay, This is going to create a habit of forgetting things. This is going to affect our memory. And not just that, short form content also has adverse effects on your concentration. Our brain is like a machine. And if we compare this to the concepts of machine learning, you're basically training your mind to watch more short videos, so much so that your mind will not allow you to work on any long tasks. So if you watch more short form videos, you're not going to be able to focus on long tasks which are going to take hours to complete. Basically, studying. So you watch a lot of reels, just go home and try studying. You're going to see that your focus has decreased. A person who used to study for 3 hours a day is now not able to focus for even 30 minutes because his mind is trained to only focus for a shorter duration, say 2 minutes. That's why you open up a book, you focus for some amount of time, say 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then you really want to open up your phone and scroll reels. This is a major concern. Taking the example of India, which is the largest and the youngest democracy in the world, this can have a really bad impact on its youth. It already has. Even if we take the content that we consume, that in itself is a major concern. So, as I said, it was supposed to be solving two problems. It solved the first one, but it still is not able to solve the second one. People are not using this platform for the best. They're basically taking any trending concept, any trending topic on the internet, and are just doing whatever they want on these platforms. So there's a new song from a new movie, it's really catchy, so a lot of influencers, so-called influencers, create videos, create reels on Instagram, and we follow the same. We follow the same steps. Now, which in itself is a real big question. If you're following the same steps for the same part of the song, what exactly is the point? I mean, a lot of people have already done that. What exactly are you trying to achieve by doing the same? You're just basically copying it for views. If doing content for views was your only goal, then it's basically useless because views are not going to fetch you anything. This is really distracting our youth, and we need to have serious regulations on this. People are getting distracted, people are losing focus, people are having their attention spans decreased, and this can really affect ourselves. This can affect the amount of great things our youth can do or our youth can provide to the country. And finally, there's another issue that's being caused by such platforms. Remember YouTubers? Guys who script, edit, or film and then edit their videos? Well, they're considering of leaving their jobs on YouTube. Well, YouTubers basically take YouTube as their job because they get revenue from it. They earn their livelihood from YouTube videos and from the revenue they earn through YouTube ads. But people are not watching YouTube anymore. I just asked my classmates on the type of content they preferred to watch, and 80% of them said they'd prefer to watch an Instagram reel over a YouTube video. That's the reason why YouTubers are getting lesser views and lesser revenue. So much so that they cannot make their livelihood out of it. And that's why they're considering of leaving YouTube and are thinking of joining such platforms like Instagram, Moj, and etc. So what exactly is the issue here? Issue is we're going to lose talented and created content creators on YouTube. As I said, YouTube videos take a lot of effort to be created. They have to script, they have to film the video, they have to edit it, and then they have to post it. But take the example of Instagram. You just need a phone with a camera on it, you just place your phone somewhere and you just start doing whatever you want in front of it. There are still people who actually script their videos on Instagram, and kudos to them for still keeping that creativity alive in such platforms, but not anymore. People just want to showcase themselves. And to be honest, it is still fine on Instagram because Instagram was supposed to be a place where you can share things of your own, but it's also happening on YouTube. It's also happening on YouTube with a new feature called YouTube Shorts, basically the same as Instagram Reels. So people are not watching YouTube videos on YouTube. They are rather watching YouTube Shorts. So people are just gonna say, hey, you know what? I'm not gonna do YouTube videos anymore. I'll just rather post YouTube Shorts because that fetches me more views and more revenue than normal YouTube videos. To be honest, it kind of makes sense because people would love to watch something that is shorter and not too much time consuming, but just to think about it, it kind of makes us lazier. It makes us lazier, and previous mentioned concerns of attention spans, all those still exist. Because now you're getting more attracted towards videos of shorter length, which means your brain is getting more trained on focusing on a shorter span. There are still many more things I can talk about, but it's already 12 minutes long. So I'm just going to stop here and talk about this one solution that I have, which is not technically a solution and is close to banning these apps. But what I mean to say is that platforms should censor the type of reels the users are posting on, so that people can identify what is a reel, what kind of a reel they're going to watch, and can decide on whether to watch it or not. Which means that technically the solution is within us. We need to decide on what we need to watch and what we need to ignore, what we need to scroll up. And that's been it. We need to stop this. Things are already getting out of our hands, and if we still do not take any action on this, we're going to incur a lot of losses. Loss, especially to the development of our country, and loss, especially to our abilities. Thank you for listening. That's me signing out.